What we now call 22-4.
Okay, pay attention. This isn't just another case. Number behind these digits is a man accused of one of the most serious crimes imaginable. Let's see how this unfolds.
Alan Tovar, charged with the first-degree felony of continuous sexual abuse of a child. The defendant is present with his attorney and the state's attorneys. We've received a message.
And there it is, the moment of truth. Whenever you hear those words, you know the next few minutes will change someone's life forever.
From the jury that the jury has reached a verdict in this case. I'm going to ask if the bailiffs would bring in, please, the alternates, and Dennis, the bailiff, to bring in the jury at this time. Thank you. We will then accept the verdict. And the record shall now show that the jury is in the courtroom. All parties, including defendant, his attorney, and the state's attorneys are present. Ms. Leiby?
Levy, sir.
It's Levy. Thank you, Dennis, for the mis. That's all. I actually know some people with the same last name, and I knew them as Leiby's, but also it's good to know that there's some difference.
Interesting detour. Even in a courtroom packed with tension pronunciation lessons sneak in, but it also shows how careful judges are. They want the record perfect down to a name.
Which is it German?
It is.
Mm-hmm. I took years of German, and the second vowel was in German words, or the strong sound, and the first vowel is generally silent. Okay, Ms. Levy. We have received a message on behalf of the jury that the jury has reached a verdict in this cause number 22-41144.
Notice how the judge double checks if the verdict is unanimous. This is standard procedure. Every juror must agree for a guilty verdict in a felony case. Like this, no room for half measures here.
Styled the state of Texas versus David Allen Tovar, who was indicted and charged with the first-degree felony of continuous sexual abuse of a child. Is it true that the jury has reached a verdict?
That is true.
Is this verdict a unanimous one? That is one that is agreed upon by all members of the jury?
Yes, this verdict is unanimous.
Do any of the jurors disagree with your four persons representations? No disagreement is indicated. It does indeed appear to be unanimous.
There it is, guilty, the words no defendant ever wants to hear. What do you think is going through his mind at this exact moment? Shock? Rage? Or maybe he saw this coming all along?
If you would be so kind, pass the documentation to the bailiffs. You may be seated. I will review for proper form and publish the verdict. And the defendant shall rise. In cause number 22-41144, the state of Texas versus David Allen Tovar, we, the jury.
And here's where it gets even heavier. Texas uses a two-phase system. Guilt first, then punishment. So while the jury has decided he's guilty, the next question is how many years or even life will he serve?
Find the defendant guilty of the offense of continuous sexual abuse of a child as charged in the indictment, signed by the jury foreperson. The verdict is received. It is made a part of the record and placed into the record for all purposes, and you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court has received your verdict, finding the defendant guilty of this first-degree felony in this indictment. And now that concludes phase one of the bifurcated two-part trial system that we have. Next is the punishment phase. And we will proceed to that next. First, let me speak to the parties. We're not going to do it this evening.